Yo, what is up, guys? I am here and we're doing a new type of video. It's going to be interviews with rappers. This is going to be a new series, and we're going to be starting with quite a small channel, a bit bigger than mine. His name is Aqua Flyzz. Go check out his channel, Aqua Raps, on YouTube. Why don't you give us a bit of introduction and tell us about yourself?
So, what's up, y'all? It's me, Aqua Flyzz, but my YouTube channel is Aqua Raps, has a loop-de-loop to show you. But so you want me to give you like a background on how I started rapping?
Yeah. Give us an insight on why you started rapping and how you got to that point in your life.
Okay, so first, before I'm started at the age of 8. My dad actually was a dancer, and my mom was a gymnastics teacher. And I used to always see them do flips and all these crazy dance moves and stuff. So I picked up that. So in real life, I could dance and, do that flexibility stuff you can see on YouTube or something like that. Also, when one day I came to class when I was about 9, and it was like a couple years in elementary, and we started doing this thing called poems and all these new poems and stuff. And I never knew what a poem was, actually. So they read it to me, and I see a poem, and she's like, Green Eggs and Ham, that book. Yeah. So she's over here reading the book, and I'm just like, wow, I like how it rhymes. Then I start getting into poems and rhyming books and picture books and putting it together. And I thought about one day, if I add music to that, what will happen to my whole point of view? So one day I put this one song that was good at the time, like Every Day We Lit, something like that. But it was like not the new one, but like an older version. And then my mom said, "Why are you putting that song on and you're talking over it?" I was like, "Because I'm trying to rhyme the words." She said, "Like rap?" I was like, "What's that?" Then she put on some Ice Cube and all Straight Outta Compton, like NWA, and I was like, "Oh wow!" So I find out what to type in, like instrumentals. So I type in songs I like. Let's say Panda, even though I wasn't out at the time, I'll say like Panda, and I would type in Panda instrumental. I would put that to a poem I either wrote in school or read a book. Let's say Green Eggs and Ham, and I would read Green Eggs and Ham with a beat in the background. So I'd be like Green Eggs and Ham. It goes good with the flow of the Panda, like the Panda beat. But after a while, I start figuring out a flow for my actual rapping. So when I start figuring out the flow and what rapping is actually about, getting my research, I started to start rapping a little bit more at school. I got into rap battles at school. There was this one time that this kid was bullying one of my friends, but not as like punching or anything, just as like talking crap, which I really hate, by the way. And this kid's like talking all this stuff. So I'm like, "Yo, me and you should have a rap battle." It was like, "Bro, you can't rap." And I swear to you, that's the first time that I actually felt like I had bars. This kid was like walked away right after. Like it wasn't even a facial expression. This kid had like a really straight face, as if his mom just freaking abandoned him and he just didn't care. So this kid just like walks away
He
from
just
me.
went into like
So
despair.
yeah, he just didn't want to deal with it. And all his friends just look at him with like the most desperate face of like, I want to be with the rapper, but at the same time, they don't want to get beat up by the freak. So I'm over here thinking about like, wow, so what could I do with this more in the future? So a couple years pass, I'm 10 years old, and my mom buys me an Xbox 360. And ever since I had an Xbox 360, I never knew what gold or online was. I just knew YouTube, and I used to look it up, and I thought it was like some type of mod. But then my uncle comes home with the same system, and I'm thinking like, whoa, hold up. How are you playing with people? He said you could have this thing called gold. So I begged my mom for gold, of course. We got internet, all that. And I started meeting my first friend, and one of my very first friends were Audio Boss. And he's like a really lit dude. I used to do videos with him a long time ago, starting from Minecraft all the way to GTA now. And I just started building up on there, start rapping gradually. I didn't really rap on my channel for a little bit. until 2017 came, in which I was about 13. I'm 14 now, so yeah. And then I started rapping to this one party, this one Xbox BO3 party chat. And I hear them rapping. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my time to show. So I go in, I find the beat. The first beat I actually rapped to on Xbox was actually not Panda, but it was, oh man, it was some little Uzi song, but it was instrumental. I don't remember, but yeah. And I started rapping to it, and they says, is that a freestyle? And I was like, no. I was, and then because it was actually like green eggs and ham, but I switched up the words to like shooting girls or some, I don't know. It was something very stupid. So I mix up the words of green eggs and ham, rap it, and they're like, "Bro, you should become like a freestyler because you have the flow and everything." So then I start saying like combos, like making it stop and making it pop, and just keep saying it, making it quicker, making it fast, making it fast, and just keep saying it faster and faster until you get to the point that people understand what you're saying, but it sounds so fast and good that they don't really care what you're saying. It just sounds really good. So 2018 is when it all busted out. I joined this 2K server, no, this 2K party with like 9 people. And these guys are like grown men. So I'm like, oh shoot, do I really want to rap to them? And they're over here rapping. See, that's what triggered it. They're rapping. So I was like, I can rap too. And they said freestyle. I was like, yep. So I started rapping about breaking their ankles in some freaking basketball game and the Heat's freaking winning, I guess, like winning, because that was my favorite team at the time. And then I start getting invites from every freaking random party. I'm like, what is this? They're like, bro, my friend told me you can rap. Can you rap for me? And then they were like, wow, it's so good. All right, do you have a YouTube channel? And every time I would say no. So that's why I created my new channel, Aqua Raps. And I create rapping videos for everyone to enjoy. And I just started about good 3 weeks ago. And yeah, that's basically how I got here today. I've been starting since I was 8, and now I'm here today.
Alright, here's another question. I asked another person this about what they thought about this, and we had a big conversation on this, so I want to get your opinion on it. Which do you think has, let's see how we can word this. Which do you think has a more of an opportunity to create a future, freestyling or actually making songs? Which one do you think can give you a bigger head start, and how can freestyling help you in the future?
Yeah. Well, I would say freestyling, but that's just my personal opinion. If you're good at editing and making music by yourself, you got yourself a career, bud. But freestyling, you can basically make a song on the spot. You just need someone to really mix up the audio and put it together, and auto-tune if you need. I don't really like auto-tune because they don't really know your real voice. But also, when you rap, have a message. Don't just rap and say some mumbo jumbo crackhead crap. You want to have a message of what's been happening in your life or what you want to change. So yeah, that's basically what you need to do to get successful.
That was one of our big points that the guy I was talking to, he was talking about how with freestyling, it's not as much of putting out a message, it's more of like giving people what they want and saying a bunch of words that don't have any connection to anything about you, and that when you write a song, you can bring out emotion to the people that listen to your music. That I think that gives you a big standpoint on that. We also got into a topic of how freestyling can actually get you into a proper point of writing raps. Because if you know how to freestyle, then you can freestyle it out and then write it down on paper, and then you can create a song out of those words that you put onto that paper. What do you think about that?
Exactly. That's exactly what you need to do. If you're a weak reader, start practicing now. That's why I started with books, and ever since then working up from that point. So yeah, reading does come in handy after rapping does. So yeah.
So I need your honest opinion. Who is at the moment in this kind of stage of rap is your favorite rapper? Because currently I'm starting to lose faith in our rapping community. There's a lot of people doing stupid songs that nobody understands. But I want to know what you think about that kind of thing, and who you like the most.
I mean, one of my favorite rappers right now is Drake. You know, he's actually fixing up his message, and I don't really like those rappers that mumble when they rap. You kind of, you know, there's this one rapper, I forgot his name, but he just kind of mumbles throughout the whole song. He's like, just all this auto tune and mumbling just makes no sense to me. And then the reason why I like Drake, because he's actually having a story in the background of what's going on in his raps. That's what I'm talking about. Like when you're producing songs, you want a story, but if you're freestyling, you can pretty much say anything. People just really care about the flow. But yeah, probably my favorite rapper right now is probably Drake. I'll say that.
See, that I'd say that answer is a pretty good one. Drake, I didn't like him much. His songs are overused a lot, like with being played. I do listen to him sometimes, and I do have to agree the music does put a message out there. But if I was to choose one of my favorite rappers, I'm not sure who I'd say. R.I.P. XXX Tentacion, but he was getting up there to the top. There was also Eminem. I've always loved him because, you know, I connect to him because I'm white. Always gonna love that. And yeah, there's a lot of people out there that have a story to tell. So yeah, it's a bit confusing to choose between them.
Exactly.
All right. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to go check out Aqua Flyzz channel, it'll be in the description below. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys next time.